Welcome to the third episode of The Perfect Game. My name's Jacob and I play Circle.
My name's Andrew.
Chris, I play Crix.
Messed up already. My name's Andrew and I play Convergence.
Brilliant. This is round 2 of the recorded games from the Welsh Masters held at Firestorm Games in Cardiff a few weeks ago. This round we've got Richard Beech playing Vlad1 in the Winter Guard Command team against Toby Nathan's Madrak3 Band of Heroes list. Rich won the Welsh Masters last year, I think. So he was, I think, one of the returning champions in the event. So, Chris, what was in Rich's list?
Okay, well, he's running things in the Winter Guard Command theme, which is pretty awesome. He's running Vlad1. He's running it with 3 Marauders, 2 Juggernauts, Kovnik Joe, 1 Winter Guard Infantry minimum with 3 rockets in the UA, and 2 units of Winter Guard rifles, both the min, each of them with 3 rockets, field gun and mortar, both of which he gets free under the Winter Guard Command list. So, and also Kovnik Joe as well for taste, of course. So yeah, pretty sweet list, and it's pretty scary when you look at it because effectively he's got 5 heavies in there and about around about 30 infantry. So
yeah, something like that.
Not nice.
Yeah, and Vlad also gets sacrificial pawn as well to a Winter Guard model, and advanced move on the heavy warjacks.
On the warjacks, which is pretty bloody scary. So yeah, not nice to face across the board, I must confess, particularly when you haven't got much in the way of armor cracking or infantry clearing.
True.
True that.
Cool. So Andy, what's in Toby's list?
Toby is running Madrak, the Great Chieftain, in the Band of Heroes theme, and he's got a light war beast themed heavy battle group. He's got a Pyre Troll, a Bouncer, and an Impaler, and then he's got I think there's about 5 solos. He's got a Fellcaller hero, Trollkin champion hero, Femblade Kithkar, 2 of those actually, a Stone Scribe Chronicler, a min unit of Trollkin warders, a max unit of Trollkin champions with a bone hammer, another min unit of champions, a max unit of femblades with an officer and drummer. So an awful lot of infantry. And I'm guessing, I'm pretty sure Rich was pairing this with, is it Zakova one, the one who's got the real crippling feat, or Sorcerer one of those 2, which is kind of a lot of infantry. I'm guessing that Toby was thinking that Rich might drop that one. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'd imagine that's why he dropped this list with an awful lot of infantry.
Yeah, I think listening to the game earlier, I think he was concerned about his other list had a Mountain King, and he was concerned if he dropped it into 3 Marauders and all the rockets, it would just get taken off quite quickly.
Yeah,
but he gets some nice bonuses though with the list. He gets extra deployment zone, and he gets RFP, effectively takedown on all of his warrior models. Not that it, I suppose, matters in this list, but it's been effective against things like Ghost Fleet. So
yeah. So I'd imagine Toby won the role to go first, and he's pushing up a bit there. Sorry, Chris, was you going to speak? I think we started at the same time.
No, sorry, no worries. I just like I was saying, I just worry about his ability to be able to get through all those jacks. That is some serious.
Yeah, I mean he's got Trollkin champions. They're power 11 weapon masters. He can make them power 13, I think, with Charge of the Trolls from the Chronicler. But is it enough? Don't know.
I think the issue for me would be the threat on those jacks is, I think it's 14 inches they threat with Vlad's feet, and I think they have boundless charge as well. And they're probably going to get hit first. The trolls. So, would there be enough to even remove 5 jacks after you've probably taken an alpha, and indeed the shooting from all the signs important to rockets and infantry? That's the question for me. So looking at this now, I think it favours Vlad1, but I think Toby's quite a good troll player, so he must have a plan at least. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
We're talking a little bit about the scenario as well.
Yeah, why not? The scenario is the pit. It's one of those weird scenarios, isn't it? The pit. You can kind of, if you get on the flag early and kind of hold on to it, you can like get a scenario win, even if you kind of been beaten in the attrition fight, if you can kind of hold your opponent off from your flag long enough. Or you could rush it a little bit and try and clear the zone. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, my initial thought would be that, I mean, with the kind of ranged, with the horrific ranged ability that Richard's got there in that list, like he could potentially just go, here you go, here's like 5 jacks just sat there right in front of Vlad, like about, say, 5 inches in front of the flag. Vlad sits there and he just goes, tell you what, bloody king's up. I'm going to sit next to the flag. They're going to sit there, try and get past them. Meanwhile, the rest of my list is going to shoot you off the board. Which is a threat.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Slight threat. Yeah.
Looking at Richie's flag, I wonder if you look where Vlad is, I wonder if it's possible to stand completely on the hill, because that flag looks awfully close to the hill. Would be able to stand completely on the hill and gain some elevation bonus. Then again, I don't think there's an awful lot of range attacks in the troll list to make that worth it. But if you look at where Toby's flag is as well, I don't know if that. I think if he were to stand the other side of that flag, I wonder if that had blocked line of sight to the rockets. Probably wouldn't. You probably would be able to get a 3-inch kind of line of sight to him. But because I assume that's a forest, what the flag's on, it looks like a forest.
Yeah, yeah, it's a forest. I think the tree gets taken off earlier or put back on or something. I can't remember.
I played Rich at this event. I think it was game 3. I played Rich. And I was lucky enough just about to get a win over this Vlad 2 list, but it was only because I had an amazing forest to hide my caster behind, and it was the perfect scenario with the 2 oblongs. Anything else other than that, and I just get completely shot off. I actually played Rich last week at the Stafford Powerfist Club, and it went as I thought it should have gone in the first game, in that he just completely shot me off. So I think the lack of terrain here, or kind of line of sight blocking terrain in the middle, again, could be a bit of an issue. And that terrain there that Richie's moving that Juggernaut on, I assume that's some sort of kind of rough terrain, difficult terrain that's going to slow him down, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think that's rubble.
Rubble, even, yeah.
Yeah. But you're right, though. If there was some line of sight blocking terrain in the centre of that board, that would be a lot better for Toby. As it is, it's pretty much just a shooting gallery at the moment. Just shoot whoever he wants. I mean, the nice thing Toby, I suppose, has got is the Fen Blades have got a really long threat range. You might be able to do might be able to jam up the rockets maybe with the Fen Blades.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're speed 6 and they mini feet for an extra 2. So they go to what? Speed 8, speed 11. So if you can actually make the charge and then reposition 3 afterwards with reach, you might be able to kind of slow Vlad down a little bit. I don't know how much you'd be able to slow him down, but
From playing Vlad 1 a couple of... Carry on, Chris.
Go on. No, go on.
I was going to say, from playing Vlad 1 a few times, I've actually been advised by Richard if you can make the jacks care about kind of rough terrain or difficult terrain, whatever it's called. I always mix those two up. I don't know. You can make them care about not having access to native Pathfinder and needing boundless charge. That does kind of slow them down a bit, because Vlad is always going to need to cast Signs of Importance, which is 4. So he's only really going to be left with 3 every turn. And if you're going to start putting that out, you're obviously going to reduce the amount of focus that you can actually allocate on the jack. So if you're making them fight over somewhere where they need Pathfinder 4, their damage output does drop a fair bit. So maybe that could be a way for Toby to kind of exploit that and kind of play and use that, that large kind of piece of rubble there in the middle to his advantage, perhaps.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Is Boundless Charge, is that an upkeep, is it? Or
no, it costs 2. It's just a spell that you have to cast. But it's not.
So he could in theory chuck it out on 3 jacks, could he?
He could, yeah, but then he's not allocating anything really, and he's not casting Signs of Importance either, which is what he really wants to be doing, I suppose, on the Rockets.
Yeah, interesting. And the feat for Madrak, I believe, is the one that increases their likelihood of making a tough roll. I believe they can make it on a 4-up. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they can't be knocked down, and they get 4-up tough, basically.
They get a little bit of scornage off that, because I think Chronicler gives them the equivalent of Feigned Death.
Yes, yeah.
He doesn't want to be chucking that out. I also noticed what really scared me when I was looking through this list is how high their mat can go effectively. Like on some of these dudes, I look at it and I go, like, I'm absolutely bricking it, thinking if I drop Coven against this versus Texas, I think they could just. So they get +2 mat off the Fell Caller. They can get +2 to melee attacks off the Chronicler, and then they get another +1 to melee off the Kithkar. Because it's not really. They're not really going to need it in this particular matchup, like against Def 10 Khador Jacks. But it's just bloody scary how high that can go.
Oh, indeed.
Very good.
Toby's
just completely useless in this matchup.
Looking at this now, if I was Toby, and again, I'm not a troll player, I'm guessing what he might do is, because the rockets are at 20 inches and the jacks are at 14, every turn, well, the jacks are at 14 on the feet turn, but the rockets are at 20 inches every turn. He's going to be shot next turn, however far he moves up, realistically, by almost all of their army. I'm guessing this is the turn he's just going to run forward with as much as he can, feet, and hope he can survive with enough stuff to make a reasonable counter-attack.
I'd imagine so. Seems like the best play. If you're going to get shot, you might as well try and reduce the time you get shot, I guess, and just hope it's this one turn.
I just wonder how much of a dent he's going to make in those jacks. What's the are they Weapon Masters? Any of these trolls that he's running?
Only the champions. They're Power 11 Weapon Masters. He's got a max and a min unit of those. They've got 2 attacks each at Power and Strength 11 Weapon Masters. Like I said, they can go to 13.
Yeah, they'll kill the jacks if he makes a concerted effort. They'll do that. I'm going to guess it's going to come down to what he can do to the infantry to stop the overall attrition game throughout the whole breadth of the game, and also if he can kill or at least engage some of their infantry, it drastically reduces, obviously the assassination potential then. And with a table with as little terrain as this one's got, I'd imagine that's probably on his mind. Yeah, I'm trying to work out what the caster is, or kind of where the caster is even.
Can you see the Pyre Troll?
Yeah.
It's above the Pyre Troll. It's the guy with the big shield.
Okay. Okay. That silver kind of blob, is that it? Is that?
Yeah, that's him, I think.
Really above. Okay.
Binoculars, eh?
All right.
Jeez.
So his armor 18 is an East caster, I believe, standard with a shield, and he can increase his armor by putting a bit of focus on him.
Yeah, he's got
a Fury even.
He's got the same thing the Creel Stone has, so he can spend a Fury point off Madrak to then do the Creel Stone aura from himself.
Okay.
So he's 18 with a shield and can be 20 with the protective aura. So
yeah. I think, knowing Rich as well, he's said he's not really an assassination player. He plays more for attrition. His caster's probably safe than I'd imagine. At armor 20, I'd imagine he's not probably going to go for an assassination play. I don't think I've watched this video before. I may have done when it kind of came out, but I don't think I've watched this one before. So maybe Toby will play a bit more aggressive.
Can you tell where he's running the Warders? They've got shield guard, haven't they?
They do, yeah. If he wasn't leaning over the board, I'd try and point them out.
Where are they? Thanks, Toby.
I think the Warders are above that little golden obstruction somewhere. I can't tell where, because like I say, he's what's he done? Oh yeah, he's charged the Fen Blades in, presumably on their mini feet, and then repositioned them to try and jam up some stuff. It's the only thing they're going to do anyway. They'll just die to gunshots. But yeah, I think the Warders are above that little golden obstruction somewhere.
I wonder if he had enough movement to run some of them behind the wall there, just above that house, because some of them have made it, or one of them at least has made it in between those 2 jacks. I wonder if he had enough movement to run them behind the wall. I wonder if that would have made a difference. Probably not, actually, with the accuracy that Signs and Portents gives you. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It might have at least tied them up, I suppose.
Yeah.
Where's he? Sorry, Chris, carry on.
Go for it, mate. Come.
I was going to say, I think that unit above the wall is the Winter Guard infantry unit. So if you did try and jam them up, they've got the mini feet for gunfighter, I think it is. So we'd probably just clear them off with sprays and stuff anyway.
There's no escape.
Yeah, and then continue shooting rockets. So
yeah, fair point.
I'm not sure I would have put as many of his trolls around that jack. I think it's a Juggernaut, around the Juggernaut. There is in the rubble. because given how slow that's going to be, because he probably won't feat next turn if he's fairly jammed. Given how kind of encumbered that jack's going to be, it's probably just not going to do much anyway. It's probably only going to turn and attack one of them, or two of them anyway. Maybe he didn't need to put that one directly in front of the Juggernaut there. Maybe he could have kept that one back a little bit, ready to go into one of the other jacks on the sides, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah,
but then again, they're not extremely fast, are they? So I suppose he needs room for the rest of his army to move up into the zone as he's doing now.
Yeah, I think carry on, Chris. Keep it to
yeah. Cheers, Dean. No, that's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I think one thing I love. I mean, whenever I see James playing with trolls like years ago as well, like you just look at it and go, I love how Femblade units in particular get in there and they can just jam up your lines, because I mean you can't trample over the buggers. Like they're an absolute nightmare. Having that many medium bases in the middle, like, I suppose he could be. It's quite a powerful ability. You could just stick one in front of each of his jacks and go, right, you've got to kill these because you can't get past them otherwise.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
Yeah.
I think trolls are one of the armies, or at least this type of list, that it's just better when you see it on the table than when you read the stats and the pure kind of, you look at the damage output and the defensive stats. When you see it and you realise that the amount of models that you're going to be able to get into them, if they make a few tough checks, you're just not going to have the physical space to move around and get the attacks in that you need to remove them to get into a zone or something like that. It isn't bad at all. So he's moving his caster to the flag, if that is indeed the caster, as you said it is, Jacob. So
I think it is. Yeah, it looks like he's keeping as well. Yeah.
So he's got some concealment there. So he's going to be defense 16, armor 20, I'd imagine. So that probably will be enough to discourage an assassination attempt.
Yeah, and he's got two lights in front of him. I think he put them base to base, and one of them's shield guard as well, just in case he needs it. So he's probably safe.
Again, I wonder if that's, so look at the distance between this caster. So again, I don't know if that's not necessarily a mistake, but something he could have played a bit more aggressive if he needs it with those two, because again, so imagine you're the Vlad player, you cast Signs Importance for 4, you're kind of going to have to do that to get anything happening. Then you got 3 left. You're either going to, then you're going to have to feat and then give it to that jack there that's in the rubble if you're going to get that one in. So I think, realistically, the Vlad player is only ever going to get in the bottom Marauder, if anything, onto his caster. I think that one in the rubble wouldn't even get there anyway, even if he didn't kind of block up the charge lane or something. So maybe he could have played a bit more aggressive with them. Would it even help him? Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe he wants them for some sort of late game piece, or slightly later in the game. I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose he doesn't have to, does he? There's nothing that they can really go in and make attacks against. It's all just medium-based trolls and lights and stuff. So you don't necessarily need the warjacks to go in and do any heavy lifting, I suppose. You can just kind of use them to contest and let the rockets do a lot of the work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting indeed. So what's the highest power attacks and the Madrak players got? Would it be power 13 Weapon Masters with the champions, would it be?
That's the best infantry. I think maybe the Falcor hero is a Weapon Master as well. He's a power 10 Weapon Master.
Okay.
The Pyre Troll is power 12. And it can give itself +2 to damage rolls, but it's going to cost him 1 Fury.
So, something as well to be aware of. I mean, Richie's probably looking at this and thinking, so he hasn't feated as he Madrak, I don't think, or has he? Is that a feat? Because there's a feat token there.
Madrak's feated, yeah.
So he has feated, okay. A bit further away from his caster, but okay, so that's there. So maybe there's a clock issue as well for Rich here if he doesn't, because he's got to go through a lot of these to clear that zone, or at least, make a significant dent. So I guess he's thinking now, how much is it worth me committing on his feat turn when he can kind of ignore half of it anyway with tough rolls? I bet Rich is looking at this thinking, now how's he going to win the game? I don't know what I'd do if I was Rich. I don't know what my first call would be. Maybe it'd be scenario, possibly. Because but that's going to take him 5 turns, isn't it? Really, if he just scores on his flag, because I don't think he's going to clear the zone, the middle zone. I don't see that happening anytime soon. So maybe just going to go for a really big attrition play and play this turn fast.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he's also got to try and actually contest Toby's flag, because it's
very true.
You don't want him getting a point on your turn and then a point on his turn.
Yeah, very true.
The thing about horrible thing about the feet as well is you start like taking shots at them, trying to take them down, and then they make 3-inch advances, so they just get closer and closer to his lines.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah, good point.
I've only just seen that. Oh, that is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No knockdown as well, which means he can't even turn around and go, tell you what, I'm going to counter feet. My jacks are just going to start slamming you into like, you know, packs with the other guys and slowing you up, because they just stop where they are and then just start walking back towards you, which is vile, absolutely vile.
So I wonder if Rich will try and contest this turn, just for good measure. Do you think he'll bother? If he does, he's going to have to. I think he's probably going to have to kill that troll. I don't know if he can actually, because even if he kills that troll there at the bottom of the zone, kind of at 6 o'clock on the zone, and then maybe moves that Marauder up. Even if he runs that Marauder up, it's probably not going to be fast enough off feet turn to get within 4 inches of that flag. So I'm guessing he probably won't even bother trying to contest this turn.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's that, or give up a whole unit of Winter Guard infantry to try and run one guy over there. Probably doesn't seem worth it, to be fair, and he's having to clear out some fen blades before he even does that. So I don't know.
Yeah, and this is Toby's second turn, isn't it? So he's not, and he went first. So he's not going to score this turn either, is he? I guess
he'll score this turn if Richard doesn't contest, because it's Richard's second turn, isn't it? So they can score now.
Right, yeah, sure, yeah, second.
He didn't score last turn.
Yeah, sure, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So that Juggernaut's gone. It's moved up a little bit, and it's got rid of that troll that I just mentioned. But I don't think he's maybe if he runs some of the Winter Guard up. Interesting. Maybe that's one way to kind of limit the attrition potential of this Vlad1 list, is to force him to commit things just to run them near a flag to contest, because obviously they're not doing anything then if they just run it in. Maybe that's one way to kind of neuter its potential a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. That's it. It works out, I suppose. But it definitely looks like it's going to be a struggle for him to contest the flag this turn.
Yeah,
but maybe that's fine, because if he does a lot of attrition work, it probably late game Toby will probably struggle to get the 5 points. Maybe might be okay not overextending and just kind of waiting and just shooting as many things as you can.
I think this is it, because it's going to be quite pricey feeding like, you know, a 10 or 12 point jack in every single turn, and he just like takes it out and like, right, chuck another one in. Yeah, I think it's really interesting, because, you know, I know Andy made the point earlier of like, you know, you look at a troll list on, you know, on just down on War Room, you look at it and go, and then you actually see it on the board and you go, they're two completely different prospects. Because you remember the comment I made like at the beginning, I said like, well, I think Richie's going to be okay. He just sticks like, you know, he's 5 jacks in front of the flag. He just sits there and waits. The fact is that much stuff coming at you, that you know, and that hard to remove, and then you sit there going like, I need to be able to try and get something over there across all these medium bases to get within 4 inches of his flag. So it's tough going.
It is
tough going.
So he's moving up with the Winter Guard now and shooting some things in the rubble. Doesn't look like he's got any trouble hitting it. Even with cover and without aiming, it seems to be hitting them all day even with moving. So they're going to need to be dealt with or engaged. Else they're going to be the ones, I guess, on Rich's next turn that are going to run to engage. And by the looks of it as well, I know Rich has still got some time to play this turn, but there looks to be an open line now to Vlad from the front line of those trolls at the top of the zone. I don't exactly know what they threat, but I'd imagine that will be cut off. I'd imagine one of those jacks is going to go into those trolls in a minute.
Yeah, I'd have thought so.
Probably be smart, yeah.
I think the threat range on the trolls isn't much greater than at 10, or depending on if they've got reach or not, because they're usually all speed 5 kind of thing.
Yeah. So,
and to be fair, Vlad's not the easiest person to kill, is he?
No. I need to try and make a point of the tough roll. So there's one tough roll. I haven't really been looking at how many tough rolls he's been making. I guess it's easy just to see the repositions, isn't it, really?
yeah, that's fair.
There's one at least. Okay.
It's difficult, actually, for Madrak to kind of cover everything with his feet as well, really, and also kind of leave stuff in a position next turn that will be able to contest Rich's flag without Rich just kind of like throwing 2 or 3 warjacks in the way and then kind of blocking the route kind of thing.
Yeah, and it is the model that made the tough check that has to reposition. It's not like... It is that specific model. Okay.
Yeah, I think the feat says friendly faction warrior models can't be knocked down. When a friendly faction warrior model makes it to 4, 5, or 6 on its control area, remove 1 damage from it from that model. After removing this damage, the affected model can then advance up to 3, unless it was disabled while advancing. So, yeah, so if you pass your tough roll, you can move 3 inches.
I wonder why Rich moved those guys forward initially, because now he's repositioning back the Winter Guard. Maybe it was to do to get line of sight for somebody to do a CRA or something like that. Because I mean, it looks like the ones he shot already.
And I think it's spray 6. I think is the only reason he moved them forwards.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. See, he's taking models off now. He's losing a fair amount of models. This Toby is on his feet turn with shots, and that's probably not a good sign.
No,
you know, he's getting a fair bit of work done.
Got any idea what the clock's looking like for Rich at this point?
I've got no idea, but I imagine it's significantly lower than the troll player at this point.
Yeah.
When you're killing everything, it takes time, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not afraid to go down on clock either, Rich, isn't he? He's not afraid to burn a lot of clock if he's getting something for it.
Yeah,
he's a brave man.
This is where I've just been moaning about Vlad1 and doing a Furnival and just saying this is broken. But let's hope he's got a better resolve than me. Toby.
It's a rough game to play against, isn't it? Because we've got to get through that jack wall protecting all those rockets, because you really want to kill those rockets, but you just can't. You just can't get at them through all the.
Really want to kill those rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a bit of a pain. And did anyone know? Sorry, what Toby's other list was? Did anyone? I guess. Did somebody say earlier?
I know it had a Mountain King in it. I can't remember.
Had a Mountain King in it.
Yeah, okay. I don't remember the caster.
He sees all those Marauders and he'd be like, no way, no. Like 3 Marauders into his Mountain King, and the threat ranges they've got. There's no way to play that.
Yeah, true.
Whilst also getting shot by 9 rockets. Yeah,
I mean, effectively, you're playing 40 points down. I would imagine.
Yeah. I think that's the exact comment he made before the game started. I think is that he couldn't play his Mountain King list into this because of the Marauders. It just wrecks it.
Without giving it away, Toby he did fairly well, didn't he? I think in this event he went 5-2, I believe, didn't he?
Oh, he did. Oh, that's good.
I think so. I think he did. I'm pretty sure he came higher than James, and James went 4-3, and James was at the top end, the higher end of the bracket. So, yeah,
fair enough then.
So he obviously knows what he's doing. So let's see what's happening now. So, I guess he's measuring charge range now, or potential charge or something. The tank.
Let's have a quick look on tiebreak, see where he did finish in the end.
Yeah, I'm reasonably sure he was in the 5-2 brackets, because I had a little look when I saw this game, just to see if James was top troll.
Not that we're judging you, Toby.
I'm definitely judging you, Toby. I've never met you. Probably a lovely guy, but I'm definitely judging you.
Yeah, he finished 15th in the end, 5-2. You're right.
Yeah,
that's good showing. Yeah, good showing.
So he's using some Fury now. I think that was on the Juggernaut.
Be interested to see what he does now, I guess. I mean, is the bounce has gone in on that Juggernaut?
Yeah, this is the downside of being a convergence player. I never see troll infantry. I only see colossals and jet and beasts. I'm never fortunate enough to be able to get played to play troll infantry into me.
Oh yeah, imagine how happy your Teps would be playing into troll infantry.
Do you know what I mean? It'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, all that Def 12. Yeah, he'd be loving it.
Yeah, he's going in on this Juggernaut now.
I think these are the champions going in. And if he's put charge of the trolls on them, because the bounce is in there, so because just charge of the trolls gives you +2 to your attack and damage rolls, but it's conditional on being on you attacking a model that's engaged by a troll war beast.
Oh, okay.
So he's got in with the bouncers to do a bit of damage, and then presumably sent in, some champions at power and strength 13, weapon masters. So they'll do hopefully a decent amount of damage. In fairness,
it looks like it was about 10. I'm not sure.
They're not doing as much as I thought he would do actually, but oh, there we go. That's a big roll.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. A cool 11.
Easy 11 on that. On that Juggernaut. It's the only way he's got probably of getting rid of them is to kind of send a beast in, charging a couple of champions, hope to kill them, and then hopefully the champions don't die next turn.
Yeah, you've got to do it though. I mean, Vlad's still got his feet. You can't ignore him. You've got to go in and hope for the best.
Yeah, you got to, haven't you? You got to kill something, otherwise, Oh, actually, to be fair, he might. Let's say, can he clear the zone this turn? That would have been good if he could have. Yeah,
real possible. I think that's what he's looking at now. And if you see where all those models are that have just gone in and killed that Juggernaut, he hasn't left a lot of room to let Rich go around and contest his flag, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
So he's going to be scoring this turn. He scored last turn, then didn't he? I guess so. He's going to be on at least 2 this turn. By the end of this turn, I'm assuming he's not going to shift his caster. I don't think it's activated. So if he can kill that Juggernaut, happy days for Toby.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got the Troll Impaler. I think that's still got a critical crit smite. Yeah, it's got crit smite on its thrown spear, so could always just boost a hit on that Marauder or Juggernaut, whatever it is, try and knock it out of the zone and just get like go up to 3.
It doesn't look like it's completely in the. It looks like its back's a little bit out, or am I being really picky there? It doesn't look like it's completely in the rubble.
Yeah, maybe it is, or maybe it isn't.
Maybe it is, because that Pyre Troll could still go, I'd imagine, as well. Not that it's going to do an awful lot, but you can put a bit of fire on him.
True.
Yeah. Oh, is he doing that now?
Oh, I think so.
The Prophet. Stating the obvious. What's going to happen now? I honestly haven't watched it before.
It's only a pair of 12 gunshot, I suppose. So
yeah, I think he rolled 8 then. So.
Oh, he's killed some of the. I think it hit the mortar and he's killed some of the mortar crew.
Yeah, good.
Or the field gun, whichever one it is. I don't know.
I think it's
good.
The mortar.
They deserved it.
Good. Yeah,
they did deserve it. You're right. Bloody Khador.
So what's he got? I reckon he could. How many of those trolls do you reckon he could get into it in the top? They are warders, aren't they? I guess the ones at the upper end of the rubble. I think they're warders, aren't they? Those 3.
They're either warders or champions. Yeah, I can't tell from this.
I think they're warders. Does he have any slams or anything like that, or bulldoze or anything?
It's just got crit smite on the Impaler, I think. Madrak might have it on his spear. No, he doesn't. That's a shame. That'd be nice.
No, does he not? Oh, geez. Okay.
And the Impaler, that's the. Yeah, that's not the.
It's the one at the top of the. Can you see the one at the kind of?
Yeah, I can see the Impaler. I'm trying to think of the Impaler. That's the one. That's the one that's got the speed animus, the speed buff. Is it?
It's the one with the snipe animus, fast strike.
Oh, snipe. Yeah, sure. Oh, what's the?
So it's the AXA that gives you rush.
AXA, yeah, AXA. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine he doesn't have native Pathfinder then, that Impaler.
No, he doesn't.
So I guess he's probably going to struggle to get in on that Juggernaut then.
Yeah, I think he probably won't get there.
Guess he'd struggle.
I think what he's moved it. I think what he's going to do is he's going to shoot it. Yeah, and hopefully, if he gets a crit smite, that'd be really nice.
Can he get Pathfinder off the Fellcaller, or is that units only?
I think it's units only. I'll double check.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think he did.
Warrior model unit.
No.
That was big then, him missing that. That was pretty big, because he would have gone to 3 then this turn.
Yeah, that would have been massive.
Well, not missing it. He hit, but he didn't get the crit.
Yeah.
Mm.
If he'd have gone to 3, and it looks difficult now for Rich to contest the flag, is a real possibility that could have won it.
I think if he does go to 3, though, I think he just runs everything in next turn. He commits all 4 jacks.
Yeah,
he just bombards it.
Yeah, and commits everything to Madrak's flag and trying to stop him clearing his own and stop him scoring. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Then again, though, it's probably still have a chance if he went to 3, because he'd still have to run something near Madrak to contest, which might not be easy. I mean, he's got a fair bit, hasn't he, now down this bottom left side. He's engaging the field gun by the looks of it with 2 models. He's got he's got a solo behind the wall, that kind of silver.
Yeah, that's the Femblek Kithkar, that is.
Kithkar, yeah. He's got another dude there at the other side of the wall, so it probably would be tricky to engage. Boundless charge. I guess that's +2 speed on the charge, isn't it?
Yeah, +2 speed in the charge and Pathfinder.
So he'd have to charge Madrak, I'd imagine, if assuming, that Juggernaut would have been pushed out the zone. He'd have had to charge Madrak to get that bonus. And if Madrak then would have kind of moved back to the other end of the flag, that would have been hard to do then. It probably would have been out of range, even with a 14-inch threat. I think it'd probably been out there. So then I don't see how he would have contested. And then he would have gone to 4, and then he's just got to clear the flag again. So,
yeah, interesting.
Let's see how important that would have been.
I suppose the interesting thing with this, with the Vlad list, is it's either heavy warjacks or units. There's no real, aside from Joe, there's no solo that you can kind of activate and run to contest a flag. Yeah. You're giving up. If you run into something to contest a flag, you're giving up a heavy or a unit activation to do it.
Yes.
And worryingly as well, if he's chucking like a whole unit down to do that, he's effectively just feeding them into the trolls because they're not going to get any value, are they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're giving up on the 3 rockets and then the other gunshots and all that kind of stuff. So it's a big commitment, I suppose, isn't it? Contesting the flag.
Yeah.
I'd have liked some of those jacks at the top or some of that to be engaged. That'd have been good if some of those were engaged a bit. Seems to me though now Rich has pretty much got a free reign to charge wherever he likes with those jacks. Once that model there on the edge of the zone, that's just kind of touching the zone. Once that goes away, which it inevitably will. But then again, look if you look at where Vlad is now on the flag, these rockets at the bottom, I don't think they'll all get signs importance.
Yeah, maybe they won't.
He's just moved him though now, as I've said that, off the hill to the other side. So.
Maybe they will.
He's probably thinking, right, balls to go in for scoring now. I just need to smash some trolls.
It's probably thanks, Andy. Thanks for the advice. I'll move Vlad. Get them in signs importance.
2 weeks from the future.
I'll tell you what I really like in some of these Khador lists is when they take a Devastator. And I've seen like Rob McCormick's done it to me before, where he'll just have the sole Devastator will be running around down one flank on his own. Like, what the hell is that doing? And it will just bulldoze its way up to within 4 inches of your flag, and it will just sit there and go, right, deal with me. I'm on, what are they, like arm 23 or 24, something bonkers?
Yeah, good point, actually. They are. Yeah, I think they're on about the 23.
Oh, annoying. Yeah, so they just run up and they just sit there. And I think with Vlad, I mean, that could be pretty ace, like on his feet, because that thing just runs up. It goes up to speed, like 8, so it can run 16, bulldozes his way up, sits next to your flag and goes, deal with me.
Yeah, that's a good call, actually.
I know it's extra points, but like it just feels like it's something that Rich could probably quite sorely do with right now.
Maybe, but then again, I think he's probably building for his hardest matchups, and if he has a matchup where he does really need all the output on his jacks in terms of combat, I don't know.
Yeah, you do lose a bit on the output with it, but like Chris says, it's a really good contesting piece.
Yeah,
because you can't just push it away. You're going to have to kill it because it's sturdy and steady, so it can't be knocked down, can't be pushed. So it's unless you got telekinesis.
What are they? 14 points are they from memory?
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
I don't know how many
probably say something about the effectiveness of the 10 and 12 point Marauders and Juggernauts respectively.
Yeah,
ridiculous that is.
Yeah, you'll have to drop a Juggernaut and a rocket to put it in.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Far be it from me to question Rich Beech's list selection.
No, it's a good point though, because I think I played against Rob's Budget 3 list and he had one of those and it was doing something like that and it was good. Yeah. So.
No, Chris, it's a very good point. As I said earlier, the one time, the only time I'll probably ever beat Vlad1 at the minute, the game before this, when I actually played Rich and beat him, it was through me using a galvanizer to bulldoze a jack out of his zone, kill his objective, and score in my own zone. I scored 3 in one turn. On my turn 2, I think, and that was the only, But yeah, so he did. If he would have had a Devastator then, or whatever they're called, then that wouldn't have happened.
I still get the impression that were it not for Rich being such a nice bloke, he'd probably be sat there right now going, "Shut up, you scrub."
He's probably definitely saying, he's like, "I'll beat you."
Probably doing it anyway.
I'll beat you Thursday. Yeah, it's very powerful list, this Vlad1. Apparently, it's not very good into Cricks though and Ghost Fleet. I don't really know why. I haven't thought about that matchup at all, and I probably won't. But apparently, it's not very good into that. I'd imagine as well that Toby's list might have been built with Ghost Fleet in mind, because doesn't he have a spell that gives everybody magical attacks and blessed or something?
Yeah, it's got this list is really good into Ghost Fleet because it's got Spell Piercer to give them more magic
Spell
weapons.
Piercer. Jesus. Right. Okay. Yeah. That is.
And they've all got takedown, so they all remove from play. I think James played Ryan in one of these rounds with a Band of Heroes list, and because everything just removes from play.
Where do they get takedown from? Where's that?
It's one of the theme benefits. All warrior models gain takedown.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, it's phenomenal against Ghost Fleet. It's really good.
Oh no, hang on a minute. He played that shite into me when I was playing Makeda 2 with my double cats, which was not fun times. Yeah.
That's good against that as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, very good.
So he's done a bit more work. Rich has done a bit more work now. He's got one Marauder in the zone. That's definitely going to be contested.
Mm-hmm.
He's still rolling dice and taking models off. But I'd imagine now his clock's fairly low. I'd imagine he doesn't have a tremendous amount of time left.
Yeah.
He seems to have played the bulk of this game on his clock so far.
Yeah, Toby runs forward. And in fairness, though, I think that's not knocking that Jack out the zone is pretty big. But down below, there's a little proxy base, I think, by the flag. I think Rich is trying to free up some space so we can run a Winter Guard there at some point to contest.
Yeah, that's possibly what's happening. Yeah.
Because imagine if Madrak went to 3 last turn. I mean, Rich is killing loads of stuff, but how difficult is it for him to contest this flag at the moment?
Rich has held his feet so far, hasn't he? He's not popped it.
I think he's used it this turn. I think
he's proxying a big run now, isn't he, around the back?
Yeah,
he's looking at a big run. So they're going to be speed 60. They're going to be able to run 16 inches, I'd guess.
Yeah.
Go from speed 4 to 8 to run 16.
Bonkers.
So is that enough? I'm also that
Marauder.
Marauder.
Yeah, I think the Marauder might be in the way. If the Marauder wasn't there, he might be able to take a less kind of roundabout way around.
Those Winter Guard at the top seem quite far back. They seem kind of a bit out of the action there. Do you think they need to be that far back? I don't know. Is he gaining much from them being far back? I mean, would they be even threatened if they were a couple of inches more?
Probably not at this point. I wouldn't have thought. No.
I don't know. Seems my little initial prediction was right though, that he hasn't even gone for any type of assassination at all. Which again probably the right play with a 16-20 caster.
Yeah, I mean, trolls are hard enough to assassinate anyway. In Madrak, like you say, it's pointless going for it. Just continue killing the trolls, I guess.
Yeah.
There's no reason to.
Yeah, I can't see Vlad. I'm guessing he's on the flag behind that top Marauder.
Yeah,
probably on the flag. I'm guessing he's there.
I think that's where he is. He might as well stay on the flag because he's got what, a 14-inch control area. Yeah, I suppose he might as well stay there.
Yeah.
And then under your advice, you can then get the other guys in signs of importance. So
yeah, he probably can. He can probably get that. He'd probably even reach to that flag at the bottom. Not that it would do anything that standard bearer, but probably reach to that type of level because that's kind of equidistant with the zone. He looks like he's about an inch above the zone at the minute, and that flag guy looks like he's about half an inch below the zone. So that's probably about 14.
Interestingly, Madrak has beat back on his shield, so if he can clear out enough stuff, like if he goes to 3 this turn and there's only say a couple of warjacks in the zone, maybe he might be able to like maybe kill one and beat back the other one out, and then win our scenario.
Yeah, maybe. I can't see the Impaler. I'd imagine that's been.
I think it's been killed. I think
that's been splatted. So again, probably the right thing to do because if it did come to some sort of late game, or getting the zone or getting things away from the flag, it could have been a very key piece.
Yeah.
Now with the trusty widgets, can he get there?
Here we go. When a 16-inch move is just not quite enough.
Dear.
It looks like he can't get it. Yeah, first world Khador problems. He looks like he can't get there, so Toby's probably going to go to 3 this turn.
Yeah. It does look that way. So what's he going to do now?
Models, though, isn't he?
No.
Is he just run that? Marauder into the rough terrain there, into the rubble?
Yeah, I think he's
rather
just
than
put it
going
in there
around.
just to contest the zone, I think.
So he has feet. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, so he didn't even make it to the flag. Oh man, if they're
I
not
wonder why he
okay.
didn't. I wonder why he didn't run him up like closer, like maybe just to the side of the Pyre Troll. I wonder why. Okay, I wonder what he's gaining from doing there, because his feet's gone now. He's going to kind of have to cast Boundless Charge to do anything with that guy now, because he's going to threat what 3.5, 4.5 inches now on a charge, I think. So he
Yeah.
moves 7 normally, 3.5, 1 inch reach. He's going to threat 4.5 inches. I don't know what he's doing there. Maybe he doesn't want to use him to kill anything. Maybe he's going to just use him to sit there and do nothing. I don't know.
But if he did run around that way and he didn't get within 4 inches of the flag, he could still sit there and just threaten Madrak, couldn't he? And you go, you have to deal with this armed 20 Khador, Jack, or something's going to happen.
I agree.
And if Madrak has to come to deal with him, then he's not on the flag.
It's probably the pressures of a low clock. This is now.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
We've all been there. Or
Yeah, cool.
maybe Richard's just got a superior plan to what we've what we thought of. There's a really good reason he's there.
Listen, you
he's blocking the way to Vlad if maybe by some miracle the Pyre Troll could get to him, which I don't think it can. Yeah. No, there's a Pathfinder, never mind. Don't know.
He's not camping anything, is he, Vlad?
By
the looks of it, I can't see any focus near him.
Yeah, he might not be. Maybe he's just playing it safe and kind of putting the Marauder in the way just to kind of block anything that he can.
Maybe he will go for it with a Pyre Troll. Very unlikely, but
yeah. It's probably not left now. I don't think he can get rid of 3 Jacks at the zone.
No.
And he's not going to be able to contest Vlad's flag either.
So he's got to be on 4 now, doesn't he, Toby? I think, if my counting's right. He's probably got to be on 4 now. Because he's been there for at least 2 of his turns, uncontested.
I think he's actually on 3. He'll be on 4 at the end of this turn, I think.
Okay.
Like I say, if he'd have got the zone, if he'd got that crit smite, he'd have gone to 5 this turn.
Yeah, that's huge then. That would have been huge.
Yeah. So even if it's... Sorry, carry on.
No, it's completely important. I'm just saying I should be focusing on the game, but I'm trying to identify people by their shoes in the top left corner. Not doing a good job yet. But yeah, so Toby's probably just using his time now to see how effective he could be to block things up.
Well, if he can clear the zone, however unlikely it is, and he can win it. So I don't know how he clear the zone. But
from my experience, when you like this and your opponent's got very little time left on your clock, on his clock, and you kind of know what they're going to do, which is kill your stuff and contest, it's almost worth playing a really quick turn yourself. Even though you've got time, and just running stuff in pretty, devil may care, just so you can quickly clock it over to your opponent again before they have time to formulate an exact plan about how they're going to go about contesting in your turn. Because the longer Toby takes to do this turn now, Rich is obviously thinking about what he's going to do in his turn. I wonder if it's worth that. Just playing your turn really quick and clocking it over again, just running things in the way.
Yeah, actually, you might be right. If he ran stuff in the way so that he's going to have to deal with it immediately, like this all jammed in.
Yeah, just have
loads of stuff out to get to your flag. You can go to 4 and say, right, go on then.
Yeah, have a really quick, like a 2-minute turn. It's charging that, right? Okay, 5 damage to the 5, whatever. So rather than give Rich time to think about how he's going to play his turn, he's got to mark damage boxes and look for his cards, then whack it over straight again. Then his thinking time starts when he's probably only got a couple of minutes left.
Yeah, no, it's a fair point, mate. Just turn around and say, at the end of the day, you do your thinking in your turn. Don't do it in mine.
That's not a bad thought. Yeah, that might
probably. Well, the psychology of wargaming.
Pro tip. Yeah, it depends. Like I say, it depends on how much time he's got left on his clock. If it's just a handful of minutes, because he has spent a lot of time shooting trolls, I don't know exactly how long he's got left. But if it's only a few minutes, then it's probably worth doing, because he might get all kind of, like you say, he hasn't really thought about anything. And
yeah, Toby hasn't played a long game yet, and we are, by my calculations, nearly 1 hour 40 into the overall game, something like that. 1 hour 40 in. Yeah. And Toby probably hasn't spent much more than 40 minutes, maybe a little bit more. So Rich has probably got less than 5 minutes left, I think.
It's probably a decent estimate, yeah.
Maybe almost certainly less than 5 minutes left. So let's see how quick he plays this turn. So what's he accomplishing here? He's rolling dice. As long as Toby
I think
doesn't
yeah, he's charged the bouncer into the jack in the middle, I think. He's already attacked it with the Pyre Troll, and I think he's just trying to see if he can kill it. I don't know if he will or not. It's difficult to take down those Khador jacks with a heavy, never mind some lights.
What am I missing here? What's he going to get in then? Because to kill that Pyre Troll, he's going to have to use that Marauder that's next to him. I don't think that Marauder at the top can run 8 inches and get within 4 inches of the flag. That looks like it's a bit more than 12 to me. Maybe it's not.
I suppose the difficulty will be that Toby will go to 4, Rich will go to 3, and then if Rich can, even if Rich doesn't, no mind, ignore that. I was about to say, even if he doesn't contest, Rich can still go to 5, but he can't, can he? Because he's on 3. You need to clear the zone.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess he didn't have maybe Toby did an adequate job then of keeping Rich mentally occupied in during his turn, because he seems to be proxying things now and having to think. Or maybe he's got his plan. He's just kind of second guessing himself and making sure that he's not forgetting anything there.
I think you probably have to boundless charge that Marauder and then charge it at Madrak to try and get within 4 inches of it. Because I think if you boundless charge and charge, it's faster than running. Is that right? 4. Yeah, you go 9, don't you? Rather than 8.
Yeah. So kill that. Is that a bit? I think that's a bouncer, isn't it? There in the rubble. Maybe kill the bouncer.
Yeah.
And then charge 9 inches towards. Yeah. But he's put the proxy out for the Marauder on the other side, hasn't he? So.
Yeah, it might one of those. I think it depends on what happens in the middle. I don't. Yeah. Can that middle warjack clear out some of the stuff maybe and allow him to contest?
I suppose this speaks to, again, what we were talking about earlier about the fact, had he have run that jack around on feet turn, then he'd have one sat around there already to start getting in and contesting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it'd be easy to just move it over and then kind of, that's it, almost.
So that one that he actually left in the rubble probably didn't do. It hasn't really done much, has it? That he couldn't have achieved by going forward.
Yeah.
I'm guessing what he's going to do. You see that the first Juggernaut he activated down the bottom. He's probably going to run that Soul Infantry model there, 12 inches, and that'll easily get within the flag then. So I reckon that's going to be the first contester.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. And really, Toby at this point doesn't have anything left to contest Vlad's flag. So.
Yeah.
If it went to 4-4 at this point, if like Rich contested, and even if, say, Toby, I don't know, cleared the contester, he probably won't be able to contest it. It'll go to 5-5, and then Vlad could just run something in and go to 6-5.
Yeah.
It's a shame there wasn't like a solo we could have hid somewhere far away, but the Rockets will just get it, I suppose, before he gets a chance to run in.
What's he going to get in then now? So that jack there has just gone to attack the Pyre Troll, the second or third Marauder. So he's got what? He's got the 1.
Oh, he's got the zone. Goes to 5.
Yeah. He does have the zone. Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no worries. And hopefully we'll be able to do the next one shortly. So thanks.
See you later, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers. Bye.